Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC, and it's time to talk Villa. So, Spurs ended up losing this one 1-2, essentially. It was a home game. So, started well, actually, and I was surprised with what the lineup we ended up going with. The front line was Brian Hill on the left, Son in the middle, and Brennan Johnson on the right, because Kulusevski was moved into that 10 Madison spot, and I thought he played pretty well there, actually. The other midfielders were Bentancur in that 6 role, essentially, and then Lo Celso was in the 8 role, normally played by Sarr, presumably, who didn't make the squad today. Anyway, yeah, things looked quite good early, and the go-ahead score for us, that gave us that 1-0 lead early, came about thanks to kind of a rebound off a corner, I want to say, where it deflected out to Lo Celso, who was pretty much unmarked where he received it, and he was able to put it away, deflected off a Villa player, and Martinez, couldn't react at that point. And so things were looking quite good at that point, but then almost immediately there was a response from Villa, like within a minute, and it ended up going to VAR and being overturned, but it was a matter of inches, and it took a few minutes for them to decide that, so it could have easily been a 1-1 draw at that point. Instead, Spurs basically remained in control until right before the end of the half, giving away that equalizer. And but another key moment that I skipped was when Matty Cash fouled Bentancur with a late tackle straight into the legs. I mean, it was very late, and he got a yellow, but considering that's the same player that basically ended Matt Doherty's Spurs career when he was playing pretty well. Yeah, unfortunate. Is it a coincidence, or is he just kind of a dirty player? I don't know, but definitely kind of disrupted things. Højbjerg came in and played pretty well, actually, and the one thing I would say about Bentancur is playing out of that 6th spot. The thing that he's got over Bissouma for sure is those direct passes that open up the game, that find our runners, and it was really nice to have him back doing that early. But I will say, Højbjerg was offering a little bit more of that today, I thought, as well. And actually, in the second half, had a really great shot on goal himself that Martinez just, did a good job of saving. But anyway, definitely we had our moments. Lo Celso looked good. I was happy to see him there. I thought Brian Hill was pretty good. I was surprised at how much he was passing back early, but he definitely made some good moves, and I didn't feel like he was getting bullied or anything physically, and he was definitely working hard, running around, doing a good job in that regard. So very encouraging there. I like Kulusevski also in that 10 spot. I thought he was doing some good things, and I was definitely encouraged there. And I feel like, but then our back line, that was the craziest part too, is that we basically started 4 fullbacks because that's all we had So our center backs to start with was Matt Davies on the left and Emerson on the right, and then we had Udogie back, and there was some concern that he might have to come out after about 10 minutes, but he worked through it and was fine for the rest of the game. And Porro, on the right. And defensively, I didn't feel like we were all that bad, except for a few lapses here and there. We just didn't do a good job on the header that they equalized on from Pau Torres. And so, yeah, we can't get our Romero back soon enough, really. But I definitely liked what I saw from those guys. The one thing I would say, fitness-wise, I felt like actually Brendan Johnson was not bad today, and I felt like he gave his most complete game performance in terms of I felt like his effort didn't drop off as much late as it had in his most recent game. I definitely felt like we faded in the second half, but there just weren't veteran subs to bring in at that point. We could have played Donnelly maybe in the forward line, but I think I have to laugh kind of a little bit about the the message boards people that just want to see us go right to our academy people, and they don't really comprehend that the gap between the academy level and like top 5 Premier League. I mean, there's a big difference in ability and intensity and experience and everything. And I just don't think it was really the situation. We ended up playing Veliz late, and he was fine. But and I mean, we do know he has like first team experience in Argentina, like their top league. There's a little bit of difference in that versus, again, academy level. So anyway, I was encouraged. I liked the way we played throughout in terms of being aggressive and going after. We had at least one shot off the post from Kulusevski. We had 3 offsides from Son, I think. That could have been. I think if they hadn't been offside, it would have been like a hat trick, basically, just not getting the timing quite right. And the other thing being sometimes where we just gave the ball away with some weird passing choices. The fluidity was just not quite what we're used to seeing, but it wasn't terrible. It just could have been better, and we've seen better. So overall, I was encouraged. I knew this would be a very tough game. I was disappointed to see it turn out that way, but I liked what I saw from the guys that we have. We've got to keep getting guys healthier and back from suspension and everything else. And I think hopefully find another player or 2 in January. It's going to be tough going to City or facing City. I'm not even sure. Are we going there, or are they coming to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Not even sure about that. But that would be a tough game. Probably our 4th straight loss. But I think the encouraging signs are there in terms of the second stringers that we were able to field. We're able to do the things that Ange wants to do. And actually, our expected goals versus Villa's were actually backwards from the score. We should have had 2 based on XG. So we were creating chances. We were doing the kind of stuff we need to do. And yeah, it's just a matter of getting people healthy and getting our depth back and getting people off suspension, because we did fade late too. So it's pretty cold. I'm going to get back indoors. Thanks again, as always, for checking these out. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy them. And remember, to dare is to do.